Mr. Salil, thanks a lot for talking to us. And my first question would be that the government is pushing for Make in India and Make for the World in the defense sector. How you think so it is going to be a reality, and so far the steps that the government has taken, how constructive role it has played?
So it's been, look, partnership with the government on this has been very important for Boeing. You have to take it step by step. So over the last 10 years, we have gone, step by step to build our capability here. So for example, today, we have 8,000 crores annually that we export from India, so that we source from India, of which 65% is manufacturing, and we have built up 300 Indian partners here that we source from, of which, as I just mentioned in the session right now, 70 of them are MSMEs. And so you have to have a team here, a strong supply chain team that supports the development of these sources. Because, for example, there's many very capable of manufacturing companies in India today that are in the automotive sector, for example. And we can leverage that capability, get them used to working with aerospace grade materials, aerospace levels of quality where the tolerances have to be much tighter because of course things are flying. Exactly. And we're able to bring them over into our supply chain. You also have to work to develop raw materials in India, because in order to truly localize and truly indigenize, you have to start from the ground up. If you're importing all of the raw materials, it becomes very difficult to localize. So we're working with companies big and small, so companies including DPSUs like Midani, to try to bring them into our supply chain on the raw materials side. Those elements are going to be very critical to achieving the Atmanirbhar Bharat vision that the PMO has.
8,000 crore is a good sum that currently Boeing is, that quantum that Boeing is doing.
Per year.
Going ahead, maybe 3 years or 5 years down the line, what could be the target that Boeing is looking at?
So our goal is, of course, to grow that. We don't set a particular number. Okay. I have, of course, pushing my team always to look for the next 8,000, which is about $1 billion. We look for the next billion. Okay. But we've made very good progress. So just since the last DEF Expo alone, we've signed 10,000 crores worth of contracts that will be executed over the that's just since we all came together in Lucknow. So, we're making progress on increasing that number.
In addition to this, see, Boeing has constantly been pitching about their, the warrior aircraft, that they could be a potential one of the aircraft that Indian defense requirement can be met up. Would like to understand that, but now the entire mathematics is quite changing. India is looking to be from an importer to an exporter. So this change in the approach, what sort of role it can play, and how Boeing could be a partner in this?
Yeah, so I think we're already a partner in it. So what you have to do is, as I said earlier, that step-by-step approach. You have to start with simple assemblies, move to complex assemblies, move to working with complex materials like carbon composites, move to large-scale aerostructures, and then once you have all that down, combine that with the latest manufacturing technologies, full-scale determinate assembly technologies, robotic, automated technologies, pull that all together, and then and only then can you get true value from things like final assembly. Right? I think there's a mistake where people try to jump to final assembly, complete knockdown kits, and then show, look, we're building an aircraft here. We now know how to build an aircraft. No, you don't. You have to do every step along the way, and only once you've developed those full chain of capabilities are you at the point where now you have the ability to develop platforms. And in India, you have large entities like HAL, of course, that are able to do this. But in the private sector, Boeing has been seeking to develop these capabilities step by step with many of these Indian partners. That is our goal, to create that, to not skip any steps, to create that strong foundation so that India can make not just for India but for the world and achieve that export mission. And I think we've been doing that over the last 10 years. That's how we got to the 300 partners that I mentioned earlier.
Okay. My last question would be, what is your estimate, your analysis that where the entire Indian defense sector stands 5 years from here, when government is giving a major thrust to Atmanirbhar Bharat, Make in India, Make for the World. So these are sort of the mission that government is currently taking it. Yeah. And Boeing a very active private player in this segment. So what is your understanding that where 5 years down the line, the Indian defense sector actually stands?
So I think we'll be able to significantly increase our exports, from India. I think the capability that we are seeing, for example, we are piloting, we and many other companies are piloting things in India and then taking them to our global supply chain, right, in terms of capabilities. So that capability for innovation is here. That capability to produce at high quality and high reliability is here. And I think as that reputation continues to grow, and as the focus on India as a partner for supply chain resilience grows. Because remember, many companies are going to diversify their supply chains in Asia. India is a key source in that. I think as that occurs, you're going to see exports from India grow by many multiples.
Okay. And my last question would be, since you have got many customers here in India, SpiceJet, and probably a couple of
commercial and defense, of course. Yes.
So they are your customers. So SpiceJet is aggressively looking to get their new aircraft on board, Boeing 737 MAX aircraft.
Yes,
Any comment on the same?
So of course, SpiceJet is a very deeply valued customer of ours. We're very close to them since the beginning. And look, all I can say in terms of their deliveries is we'll be here to support them when they are ready.
Okay. Thanks a lot for talking to us. With camera person Vimal, this is Samir Dikshit.